Okay, good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our weekly market outlook, where we'll be looking at, the forex market and what we could expect, how we could expect some currency pairs to move based on the ones that we are looking at. Okay, so we'll start off by looking at the economic calendar for the week and what are the major economic metrics to pay attention to for the week. So today being Monday, the 19th of September, 2022, we're just going to be paying attention to the high impact and medium impact news. So we have the Reserve Bank of Australia. The governor of the Reserve Bank of Australia actually spoke by 4 a.m. this morning. It's more about rate increase. You know, everybody's increasing rates. The global economic landscape is actually looking quite green, in the sense that every single sector is actually struggling. I mean, governments per se actually struggling, and everybody is raising rates, right? And because they have to try and ensure that the economy doesn't go into recession. Okay, so also on Tuesday, we'll also be having the monetary policy meeting by 2:30 a.m. That's the Australian monetary policy meeting. But other things to pay attention to, the CAD CPI, there are also, the trimmed CPI and all of those things. So it's actually kind of a packed week. Like they are, as you can see on the screen here, lots of high impact reports, especially during the middle of the week. That's Wednesdays and Thursday, and even on Friday. So you want to keep this in mind. Now there are certain things here, there are certain news reports here that have significantly high impacts. The FOMC projection. So this news on Wednesday, the FOMC projection and also the federal rate funds, this would have a most likely very, very big impact on the dollar. We're going to expect the Fed, that's the Federal Reserve Bank of America, basically, to raise rates. They are probably going to raise rates faster and more than expected. Now, it's going to affect the American populace, but it's going to be good for the American dollar. It's probably going to be good for the American dollar. So we could continue to see stronger dollar. Actually, we could continue to see stronger dollar going into the rest of the the remaining part of the year. I wouldn't be surprised. We could expect a rate hike. Okay, so it's currently it's previously at the rate was previously 2.50. Analysts are forecasting that it will be increased to 3.25. Now, if it comes out at 3.25, good for the dollar. Basically, if it comes out better than 3.25 or higher than 3.25, it's even more significant. So keep the FOMC. If you're trading, except you trade the news and you have a strategy for how you trade the news, then definitely by all means use proper risk management. Otherwise, you probably want to stay away from being overly drawn into this kind of situation, because those are where accounts get blown and all of those things. Okay, so FOMC rate statements, very important. And then on Thursday, we'll also have the BOJ, that's the Bank of Japan's monetary policy statement. So key metrics to pay attention to. Remember, I don't personally trade the news. I don't trade the news. I just pay attention to them, and it guides my more or less my step, so I know when to probably just stay away from the markets, because I don't want to get caught on the wrong side of liquidity or volatility. Okay, so with all this in mind, we know where to expect some injection of volatilities. Let's go and look at technicals, which is basically what we tend to do here. Okay, so we're going to start off by looking at the DXY. The DXY is the dollar index. It measures the strength of the dollar against all the major currency baskets. And you can see, like I've been saying for the longest of times, the dollar has been very strong, is very strong, and most likely will continue to remain very strong, especially given the global economic landscape. So the dollar is strong, as you can see clearly from, ever since this slowdown here, the dollar has been making clear higher highs and higher lows. It's been on a rampage, breaking highs after highs after highs, and all the liquidity out to the top side. So a stronger dollar means something like EURUSD will continue to go down, pound dollar will continue to go down, dollar yen will continue to go up, and stuff like that. So what is the outlook for the dollar for the week? Well, looking at this, you could see that just simply by looking at market structure, you could see that we're in this sort of bullish push where we're taking out high. So we pick a new higher low, and then we take it out. And now, we are here. Most likely we'll take out these highs or maybe come down a little, but still, I still favor a move to the upside. So basically, to play it safe, what you'd want to probably be looking at is for the opportunity to look for buy opportunities in the dollar. Now, I don't like the idea of forcing trade. So, I know the thing most people tend to do is if they see a market going up overextended, they start looking for all the reasons to sell it, right? They start looking for all the reasons to sell this market because, whoa, you can see this market is too bullish, it has to come down. And what happens is the market might make a small pullback and then keep running highs. Make a small pullback and keep running high. So instead of trying to catch a falling knife, I like to trade in the direction of the trend. If the market is bullish, I like to look for reasons to continue to buy. If the market is, on the other hand, bearish, I like to look for reasons to continue to sell. Okay, so keep those in mind as we look out for. Now, this doesn't mean that we can't look for intermediary short-term opportunities, but overall, I'm bullish on the dollar, and I'll continue to stay bullish until the price tells me otherwise. Now, with that said, let's hop over to EURUSD, the most popular currency pair. And you can see similar to the DXY, the EURUSD has been very, very bearish, right? So the DXY and the EURUSD are kind of like inversely correlated, right? A stronger dollar means EURUSD continues to drop, and you can see since the FOMC rate statement, actually way longer than that, since this high back in January of 2021, price has continued to make lower lows and lower highs. And I know most people are looking at this and are looking for all the opportunities to continue to buy, all the reasons to buy, maybe looking for the fact that the market is overextended, needs to push up. Here, there are some short-term opportunities, some not very nice opportunities that you might have gotten involved in. But as you can see, the path of least resistance in price is to continue to go down. So I'd rather favor a move lower. So looking at current price action, the thing that actually stands out to me, we can see that price is actually bearish. This is our most, you could see from this high to this low, we made a pullback, and then we'll come back to take out this low. So basically, we're looking at this new structure here, and this pullback is probably it to see price come back down. So now that said, so if you pull up our Fibonacci 2 and go from high to low, you see that the price rejected from around the 618 Fibonacci level. And so with this set, I'll probably be anticipating that price would want to come back down here. So what does that mean for me? Basically is I would want to look for selling opportunity, right? Now here are two things. There are two things that I'm actually quite interested in here. So you see how this market left a lot of imbalance, a very sharp gap and imbalance here. Very often markets tends to come back to fill those kind of pockets. Now it doesn't always do that, but very often than not, price always tends to come back to fill those pockets. Now, so remember, we're looking for sell opportunities. So you see the way we walk through it. We come from a higher time frame. We have a bias and we try to trade in the direction of that, look for opportunities in that system. So because obviously the higher time frame is controls the smaller time frame. So we're using the higher time frame bias and we're looking for opportunities on the lower time frame. Now, so basically, there are two things I'm looking for. Now, I don't know exactly what the price will do. If price wants to stay here a little bit before going down, in which case it is fine. Or if price would, pull back up and give us a better entry, in which case that is also fine. So notice how price was making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, up until this point where it made a lower high and then took out this low, also took out this low and made a new low. So basically, especially because we're in a bearish market overall, I like the idea of looking for selling opportunity. Now, this doesn't mean that I want to sell here because then it will keep my risk extremely, quite wide. Now, so there are two things there are a couple of things I would like to see. My first would be that maybe all of this becomes a Wyckoff accumulation for price to go up and then maybe come up to this point. And then I'll look for a reason to sell on a smaller time frame even to continue the bearish move. So basically, what I'm saying is, I would like to keep this area. I'll be keeping this area in mind that if price were to come back up towards something like this, right? I would be looking for opportunity to sell around here And then my targets, what would my targets be? Well, my targets would be this low down here, right? So basically looking for opportunities to sell and looking to target the low here. Now, price doesn't have to do that. There's no guarantee that price will do that. The market might have, accumulated all it needs to accumulate and then start going down. In which case, well, I could also be looking so let me get my parts soon. This whole ranging situation here, if price decides to break out of this structure, so if price breaks lower and comes back, I will be looking to participate selling, still targeting this low. Now, the first one would be my, I'd rather price come up here and then give us confirmation, because then our risk to reward ratio would be a lot better. Let's say we get involved. Let's say price comes up here and gives us some sort of trade, right? So if price were to come up here and give us some sort of trade, we'll be looking at maybe something like this, still targeting this lows. Now, on the other hand, if price doesn't do that and just breaks out of this range, maybe do something like this, let's say breaks out, take out all this low, and then, leave some imbalance to come back and fill it, I'll be looking for something like this as well as a potential trade to take. So it's all about waiting for the markets to come to us, see price deliver to us in a way we are looking forward to it, and then just trade the markets. Remember, success in trading is not about forcing trade. It's about the patience to allow the market to do what it wants to do and deliver to you, the way it wants to, because you can't affect the market. You can't change the market. It doesn't matter if you pray or you fast, it doesn't affect the market. So the market will do what it wants to do. The only way to make profit is to be smart and, to follow if you follow the currents and you're right, you make money. If what you want to do is, when you're right, be very right. And when you're wrong, be a little wrong. Okay. And remember to never approach any trade as though you are sure that you will make money, because you don't know shit, right? So I say that from including myself. We don't know what the market will do. So don't approach any particular trade as though you are guaranteed to make profit. Actually, approach it as though you are guaranteed to lose. That way you would always use proper risk management. So that will be my outlook on EURUSD. For the week, I'm looking to sell from this up top area here, or looking for a reason to sell if price breaks out of this range. Okay. So next up, let us look at, so another pair I also like. I sent out this one to the Telegram channel for subscribers or for clients, is dollar yen. So dollar yen, like Euro USD, has been on an incredible run, right? So let me just delete it. Dollar yen has been on a massive rise for like over a year, right? Since 2020, the market has, December 2020, the market has been on an incredible rally. It's been outrageous. Just every pullback is just liquidity. Every pullback is just liquidity. So I sent out something I think it was last week, I think it was Wednesday, where we had the CPI reports. This particular candle here was the CPI reports that came out better than expected. And what you notice is, since making that push, this big push, price has still stayed within this range. So my expectancy is that we would still come back and break this high. So I'm expecting price to come back up and take out this high. That's my expectation. That may happen, it may not happen, but that's what I'm looking to do. So as far as I'm concerned, I expect that price will take out this high while protecting this low. So basically, this is the structure I am interested in, right? So from this low down here to this high, that's the structure that I am looking at and interested in to kind of like make. And the reason I like this is because it's also in the direction of the overall trend. So basically, I'm looking for a reason I'm actually in the street buying, but it's all targeting these highs here, expecting price to come and run this liquidity here. Now, on the Telegram channel, I don't know if some of you saw, but I sent out a trade idea while price was still here. We're looking to get involved and try and take this all the way up here. So that trade is still on. I have a trade where I'm long. My stop loss is just below here. I'm trying to go after these highs here. Now, if I'm wrong, well, that's so be it. My risk to reward is actually quite nice. And so I think something like this. So let me do this properly. So it's something of this nature. Low down here. something like this. So that's about 1:4 thereabout. Now, there is no guarantee that this will go up. So I know I have an expectation that, okay, price could bounce away from here, but I also have, and I also understand that it's possible. So here is the bias, what I say rule of thumb, basically. So this is the structure I'm interested in. Now, as long as price does not take out this low, price does not close below this low, I still favor a move upward. So it means even if price comes down and break this low, yeah, I might take a loss. But if I find another reason to buy, I'll still be interested in taking price to this high, right? But as it stands now, price appears to be moving in our direction, so that's fine. You can look for smaller time frame reasons to continue to buy. Maybe the 15-minute chart, you could look for Fibonacci retracement and all of those things to participate. But for USD, JPY, I'm bullish. I'm inclined toward the bullish side because I feel price is going to want to come and take out this high. Okay. So also, now the pound has been extremely weak. Like the Great British pound has been terribly weak for like the longest of time, and it's down to a number of factors: the technicals, the fundamentals. The green is dead. The pound has been insanely weak, and well, you note it's very clear in how the pound has been reacting across all currencies. So if you look at pound dollar and look at the daily time frame, just like euro dollar, it's been heavily bearish. Like it's insane. You could see it took out this low. I'm sure a lot of people was thinking that this is where this is where it stops or something like that. But the market is bearish, and contrary to what most people think, it would most likely continue to stay bearish until it's actually tired of, until it's done, which you and I don't know exactly when that will be. So safe to just trade in the direction of the trend. Now for pound dollar, the best time to get involved was up here, but as it stands, especially looking at where price is, well, it's just a waiting game, right? So it's just about the patience to wait for a setup, another setup. Now, this might happen. I don't think this would happen this week, but it could very well happen this week. But I am still looking for selling opportunity if price were to come up here. So if price finds its way all the way up toward this region here, I will be looking for reasons to sell, right? I'll be looking for reasons to get involved selling. Because obviously you can see how that huge pocket, the huge price gap that the market left there. But nonetheless, on this one, don't try and force any buys. Don't try and force buy trades. Focus on looking for confirmation to continue to trade in the direction of the trend. Okay. Now, I think another instrument I have in mind is CAD Yen. So CAD Yen gave me a very nice trade. I think I still have some partials on this trade. CAD Yen, let's go to the Asia. Okay, so CAD Yen, let's take all of this out, is one where last week I was looking, I think I sent out something about this here. Looking at this, looking for opportunity to get involved, looking for opportunities to get involved on this one, selling. And I actually, obviously, I tried to get in a little bit early. You could see how the market broke out of structure here. So, you can see how price has been making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and higher high. And then at this point, price made a lower low, appeared to make a lower high, and faked out. So this was like just a fake out and then a breakdown. So I got involved here, looking to take price down here. So basically, this one is a trade that is still on. However, the trade is a little bit long gone because we got involved in this trade somewhere around here, protecting ourselves like this, and our target is this low. So there's still room to our target. It's just, obviously there's no guarantee that price doesn't have to go down. It could decide it's done and continue to go up, right? But I like this one short, and then eventually also looking for the longs on this one. So now what you can do is watch this. So this is the 1 hour chart for CAD Yen. You could have a trend line like this, And if you know, watch for trend line breaks. Now this could be a bearish flag, right? So those of you who trade flag pattern, this could easily be a bearish flag pattern where, you know, this is the flag pole and then this is the actual flag, and then if we break out of this, we could see this continue to go down deeper. So watch this, have this in mind. If we break out of this, that could offer opportunity to continue to sell if you were not able to get involved in the earlier sell here. Okay. There are not many instruments I want to talk about because today is weekly market outlook classes, and I don't have to go over all the, you know, all the best bits of instruments. Remember, if you want to join me in live analysis classes, you try and ensure that you join the Telegram channel for funded clients, so that you can join me for my Tuesdays and Wednesdays cutting edge trading room classes. Okay. Now, if you have, I think I'll take about a couple of instruments, 1 or 2 instruments from you. If you want me to do a brief analysis on some of the instruments you like, I'll just take about 2 of them, I think, and I think that will be it. So somebody said silver, so let's look at silver. Yeah, I also sent out analysis on gold to the group. And, you know, I mentioned how gold looks bearish. It looks very, very bearish. And sure enough, we had that play out. Silver is looking quite different in the sense that, so gold is, so let's see. So let me, I don't need all these lines. Okay. So I think I traded this some few years ago. I think that's why I have all this drawing. Okay. Silver, just like gold, is also bearish. Remember, a stronger dollar means it's not necessarily good for gold or silver. You know, gold or silver will thrive if the dollar is weaker, but if the dollar is strong, they could struggle. Sometimes they could both be strong. But looking at this, basically the market is bearish. You don't need a fortune teller to tell you that. And you could see how from making this low, price made a retracement and broke that low. So basically, we are now looking at a new structure. We appear to have retraced. So the question is, are we done retracing? Are we coming back down? Well, I don't have the exact answer to that. But if we just pull up a fib and go from high here to low, like so, you'd see that we came up to just shy of the 78.6 fib level. And so right now, remember, we are in a bearish market, so we probably want to look for selling opportunity. So here, what I could say is this. So this is the structure. For those of you who look at trend line and just, you know, like this kind of stuff, you might want to, you know, have this in mind because that could serve. This could also be a break of trend line. Now, the fascinating thing here is you can see how price is making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, up until this point, and it started making lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So basically, looking at this, we are probably still, you know, we've now shifted to the smaller time frame has now correlated to the bigger time frame in the bearishness of the structure. So if you're looking to get involved in this one, I think who asked this question? I think it was Faithful. Yeah. So if you're looking to get involved in this one, maybe look for seller opportunities, you know, form within the structure, maybe look for a retracement, something like this, keep your risk low and, you know, maybe target this low, right? You could try and, you know, milk out some more, but just make sure you're taking partials as price is moving your way. So silver could be quite interesting, especially looking at the way the market has broken. Actually, it's not looking bad, but remember, this is silver, just like gold, extremely volatile. Could blow up your accounts if you're not careful, if you go and start risking too much. So there's a break structure on the smaller time frame, within the smaller time frame, and then we are rallying back up to like some previous order blocks. So let's see how this one plays out. But if I were looking to get involved, maybe let's see. Something like this, where, okay, we broke down here, look to, let's just keep it conservative, look to get involved like so, right? Yeah. Okay, so that will be it on silver. Remember to take partials as price is moving your way, probably move your trail, stop your profits if the market goes your way. And remember to always trade with stop loss, right? Figure out how to. Okay. So that's, I think we've talked about gold, sorry, silver. We also discussed EURUSD, pound dollar, CAD yen, USD, CHF, I think I'll just take one more and then we'll call it a wrap. So let's look at AUD yen. So the charts. So the Aussie yen is also, been bullish overall. And so if you look at this, let's even go to the 4-hour chart. Like I mentioned, I like to trade in the direction of the overall trend. The market overall is bullish. We had this retracement into some deep retracements, kind of like other block zones. So basically now what you could be watching out for is something like this. So keep this high in mind here and watch for a break. So if price were to break above the structure, so this is the 4-hour chart. This is what the 1-hour chart looks like. If price were to start taking out this high, so let's say price doesn't go below this low here. So let me use this. Say price doesn't go below this low here and price takes out this high and then makes a new low, which is also higher than this one, then you could start looking for reasons to get involved buying. So right now, I like where price is to get involved buying, but I want confirmation. So confirmation in the form of, let's say, a break above. If we get a retracement, I could look to participate in the first trade. And if we continue to get that, I'll look to participate in subsequent trades. Okay. So Aussie yen, I like the idea of looking for buys on this one, just as I want to look for buys on dollar yen as well. For trend line type traders, you could see, this could be somewhat of a trend line break to the other side, maybe a retest of the backside of the trend line. If you're aggressive, you could look to get involved in this one. Remember, it's your money. This is not financial advice. It is my perspective or my own outlook. They are not financial advice. If you're trading, make sure you do your own due diligence or make sure that you agree with the research or, do your own research. Actually, that's the basics of it. But personally, if I was looking to trade this, I would want to see price break above this, possibly break above this as well. And then if we retrace back, I would look to buy and then be targeting something like this. So basically, it would be some sort of trade that is dependent on if something happens, right? So obviously, I'll take partials if it start moving my way, but that's the way I'll be looking to approach this. Okay. So I think that's about it for me. Those are the instruments the weekly market outlook pairs that we would be considering. Remember, I will upload this video later today, actually, probably after once the recording is complete. I'll upload it on my YouTube channel. I'm sure most of you have access to the YouTube. It's Noah FX Pro. If you don't have access to it, it's actually Noah FX Pro, NOAL. Maybe I'll just copy the link and paste here. Otherwise, so that you can, in case for those of you who want to rewatch the session and look at some of the things. I hope you enjoyed the class. I hope you are able to get it too. Remember, success in trading is all about risk management. It's all about planning your trade and then executing your plans and trying as much as possible not to chase the market. Allow the market to come to you and then you go after it like so. Okay, so thank you very much, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the class. And I'll be looking forward to seeing some of those of you who have a funded account or on the Telegram channel on our class tomorrow, our cutting edge class by 11 a.m. I think, for that class tomorrow as well. Okay.